All right. Well, here we are. The moment we've both been, I don't know, I was looking forward to, maybe you're dreading. And that is the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Just take me through what Mario Hines is going through in the fourth quarter.
Oh my gosh. I don't bite my nails. I became a nail biter. I typically don't down tequila. I just buried my face in. No, but really, it was a disgrace because my first thought, not before. Okay, so before the debacle of the final quarter was you don't beat this team with field goals. So a little disappointed there.
Right.
We're in control of the game all the way, but the field goals already give me that itchy feeling. But then when your team is learning how to close games. Okay, we don't learn how to bury teams, but learning how to close games, and your guys are putting pressure on, and you see your team turn the corner, and you get certain things like you can't miss those calls, you can't guess, you can't reason it, and those are big game changers. No one call gives you a loss, but those things completely change. One, the way the defense plays, the way the team feels, the way the coach is going to call, and two, momentum is one of those mythical real things where you talk about it so much that it starts to impact you. And that just really takes the air out of a team, and it put Green Bay in position to score with no time left. So for me to think that the team wasn't robbed would be a lie. I think it robbed them of the opportunity to finish closing out a game with a new regime, with a new belief, and with the Lions almost close to confirming being the top team in the North. Really, really frustrated. Roger Goodell, do something about it. Give me a call if you need some help. I can do this.
So I don't know how far you want to take this conspiracy theory. God knows that the Trey Flowers call was, questionable at best, flat out wrong at worst. But there are some real conspiracy theories going on. And there's a tweet, updated gambling info per MGM. The book took a $185,000 bet on Packers moneyline versus Lions to win $100K. And the rumor is, from a quote-unquote gambling industry insider, the same gambler who bet large amounts of money on 3 other games that Clete Blakeman's crew has officiated was the guy that placed this $185,000 bet.
No way. I'm
not saying it's true. I'm just saying it's out there.
Okay, if you're not saying it's true, I'm saying, how do you get 2 hands to the face calls that are completely missed, let alone in the same game, within that short of a time span? How does that even happen to the same guy?
Mm. And didn't he not have any hands to the face penalties all season leading up to that?
I'm saying the case is building up. Jeez.
Well, Clete Blakeman, I think the league is going to be watching you very, very closely over these next couple of weeks. I don't know. Is it just me, or has officiating been especially terrible this year?
I mean, we knew there was a transition coming, yada yada yada. But come on, man. It's proven that there's more penalties called, and I don't know if these guys are. I don't think guys are committing more penalties. I think the refs are really, really scared to miss a call and in turn blowing calls.
I saw another tweet. I forget who it was from, but I thought it was a player, and I thought it was interesting. Do you think that the refs should be held to the same standards publicly as players and coaches getting fined for doing things they're not supposed to be doing, for making mistakes?
As a player, yes. As a former player, I should say yes. But in the big picture, I get why they're not unleashed to the dogs and to the wolves. It would just make the integrity of the game, it would just make it a drag. It really would make it a drag week to week if you could put the refs on the rope and just beat them down. I think that's part of why you want the refs to get it right, is because they're protected, and you know that at the end of the day, you're not going to get to them. So just do your job. If we were able to scrutinize in that way, it might take some of the earnestness of just get the job done. But somebody's got to appease these blown calls, because it's not okay.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems wrong that, Baker Mayfield came out in his press conference post game and was asked about the refs, and his comment was, I'm probably going to be fined for this, but they were pretty bad today. He's going to lose money, but those refs who were terrible and, potentially changed the course of a football game see no ramifications other than maybe they don't get as high profile jobs and high profile games moving forward.
Yeah, I mean that's not equitable, but I do get it in the grand scheme. Like we can't just have the players just going in on refs after every game. But that's the thing. It's never going to be equitable. So just do your job. I think there should be more leeway for in-game emotion. And I think that should be a thing. I think players should be able to really, really get into telling refs how they feel in the game without there being any consequence and see if there's some impact there. But we're seeing it in other ways. They're not overturning many pass interference reviews. I think that has a lot to do with refs and their pride. And so we thought that was going to be a thing. So we're seeing like how refs really feel, in the league as a whole really feels about, giving refs their fair accountability.
I guess there is an argument to be made for keeping things the way they are because the NBA has the 2-minute report that comes out for the officiating at the end of halves and at the end of games. And really, great. We have it on paper that this guy missed a call, that this should have been called, that this shouldn't have been called, that maybe this would have changed the game. But at the end of the day, the game's not changing. So why dwell on it?
Exactly. And that's the hard part. It's like how long we could spend all day, all hours of the day dealing with it. Just get the stuff right.
Agreed. All right, well, that is this episode of the Underdog Sports NFL show from Mario Hines, Chris Horwedel, and we'll see you back here soon.